Rapper and actor Corey Miller, known to the world as C-Murder, was one of several rappers from New Orleans that was heavy in the streets before the transition to the industry. And like the old saying goes, like oil and water, real niggas in the industry don't mix.
My name is C-Murder, we can respect that. I got one up in the chamber already, shake that.
Rapper, actor, and author Corey Miller, better known to the world as C-Murder, was born March 9, 1971 in New Orleans, Louisiana. He was raised in the courtyards of the notorious Calio Projects, Old Side, at a time the city's homicide rate had taken off, and the NO was nearing #1 for the murder capital of the world. He attended St. Monica Catholic School and was raised in a tight-knit family with 3 brothers and 1 sister. And although he had the love and support he needed inside the house, it was the courtways and influences outside the house that made the biggest impact on his life.
In and out of jail, my people say I'm finished. They said I'm bad news, like my big cousin Jimmy.
Talking about Hot Boy Jimmy?
Hot Boy Jimmy, okay.
Hot Boy Jimmy was P's cousin, Master P cousin,
Okay.
C-Murder's cousin. He a known major man, you know what I'm saying?
He was a guy that had a street mentality. He had spent 8 years in jail on a manslaughter. He was a pretty loose cannon.
Hot Boy Jimmy was first cousins to the Miller brothers and received the title of Hot Boy due to his law being laid as one of New Orleans' most dangerous figures. He had a reputation for being a live wire, which brings respect in the streets, and younger cousin C-Murder was highly influenced by this.
They said I'm hopeless and I never make it. They doubted, call me an outcast because I'm about it.
C-Murder hit the national rap scene in the mid-1990s as a member of the rap trio, True, the Real Untouchables. His older brother Master P was a hustling genius who got his music business street degree in Richmond, California, where he formed the first edition of the rap group True. Originally, the group consisted of 9 members, including Master P, Silk the Shaka, and C-Murder. But after receiving extensive backing from Priority Records, P broke the group down to just himself, C, and Silk, started No Limit Records, and moved back to New Orleans, where he began to sign new talent.
In these streets, anything goes. My cousin in the pen hitting and I ain't getting swole.
While P was creating his lane as a musical general, younger brother C-Murder was creating his own lane as a street general. C was considered rap royalty and was the heir to the No Limit Empire, which naturally gave him love throughout the city. But it was his prior relationship with the streets of Central City, New Orleans that also made him feared and in some ways made him a target.
Right now, it's the CP3, Calio Project, Third Wall, Peep Gang.
Police say it's getting better, but this is still one of the most violent places in the country. Calio Projects.
Calio, throw up your hood and represent. There we go. Calio.
During the mid-1990s, the Calio was labeled the most dangerous neighborhood in all the US, and C-Murder was a product of it. Before he was a rapper, he was thorough in the streets of New Orleans and was affiliated with some of the city's top rap artists as well as some of the city's most notorious figures. He was a big dog amongst big dogs and was highly respected as such. He's a product of the Glenn Metz era and was heavy in the mix of the generation that followed. The era of the Porch Boys, the Cut Boys, the Hanktons, the Dooney Boys, Soulja Slim, BG, and anybody who was somebody in a real way, C was associated.
Poach boys over here. All they do is shoot dice over here on the poach.
With his loyalty split between his music career and the streets, he kept a foot in each one as the No Limit tank rose to the top of the game.
No limit, or should I say the army? I feel like can a damn thing harm me.
From the start of the mid-90s, C-Murder had been featured on numerous No Limit releases, but on March 17, 1998, the label released his debut album titled Life or Death.
If you don't believe in yourself, nobody ain't gonna believe in you. So I say, when I get on the track, I murder the track.
Started off as a street thug, just hanging and thugging. 89, I went to jail for drugging and mugging.
Life or Death made it to #3 on the US Billboard 200 with 197,000 copies sold in its first week alone, and soon after went certified platinum. In 1999, No Limit released his second solo album titled Bossellini, which made it to #2 on the Billboard's 200, selling more than 175,000 units in his first week, but fell just short of going platinum.
It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. I keep from going under.
Although Borsellino didn't top his first album in sales, it stayed on the charts for 11 weeks straight, weighing in at certified gold. Success was great for the Calliope native, but it wasn't until his third album titled Trapped in Crime that he would become a household name.
It's the world's most dangerous crew. True Records, my crew stay behind bars. We get those superstars.
Trapped in Crime contained C's biggest and most well-known single to date, Down for My Skin, which featured Snoop Dogg and Magic.
Everywhere I go, I got Mr. Magic there, because I know that boy don't care.
In 2001, C started on his next record, but this time he wouldn't need a beat because this record was actually attached to attempt murder. While trying to enter a Baton Rouge nightclub, C was stopped by a security guard who told him he couldn't enter without being searched. C then signaled for the manager, who wasn't trying to hear it, so instead of just leaving, he drew a pistol from his waistband and attempted to fire a shot inside the club, but the gun jammed. C and his crew left the club that night, but was later arrested on a warrant for 2 counts of attempt first-degree murder and 1 count of illegal use of a weapon. He was released on a $100,000 bail while awaiting trial.
Even us as a family, I love my brother. Looking at him and looking at his life, it's like everybody's life is an example for us.
In the eyes of Master P, C was out of control, and like a big brother should, P tried schooling him on separating the streets from his career, but C was too far in his own lane at 1,000 miles per hour and couldn't hear it. Instead of separating the two, he welcomed the street element into his career by resolving his issues with violence and surrounding himself with some of New Orleans' most dangerous. On October 23, 2001, C Murder dropped his last album with no limit titled CP3.com, which charted at number 45 on the Billboard 200 and would go on to sell only 260,000 copies in all.
Meal plus 20 more, and still you catch me in the project by the liquor store.
C Murder was the embodiment of the rap group True, and although Master P was the general, from his subject matter to his rap flow, C easily stood out as a frontman, and in 2001 started True Records, but later changed the name to Borsellino Records and signed the Ninth Ward native by the name of Magic.
Easy, I struggled to get in this position. Taking my people out the ghetto was my only mission.
We were supposed to be called the Borsellino Boys. It was me, C Murder, and the Magic. We was about to do some music together, and but I didn't know it was this distraught. Him and Magic was just not on the same page at the time.
To the world, he was Master P's little brother, but in New Orleans, he was the epitome of the Calliope and was loved and embraced by almost everyone. Even as a millionaire and a made man, C still found the time to not only give back to the community, but to actually spend time with the people.
I see that in the seat, you used to chill in the car with me when I was little, you heard me? You know what I'm saying?
Off that straight from the project,
yes,
you already know.
Only dude from the yo rap the hood is C Murder, you hear me? Much love to my dog C, you hear me?
We go from the Calliope, we go into Magnolia, we go anywhere.
The milk? Get the milk, let's hit the milk.
Let's ride. It's the Melphamine right here. Another part of the third wall.
When somebody come through the milk and they'll stop and I'm out there, I'm gonna be there.
We watched all that C Murder project documentary. And he showed there was nothing but love between Mac and North Calliope. Were you around at that time when C came back there?
I was in prison when C went to the milk.
I want to see New Orleans, this New Orleans. Third wall, projects, you heard me? Everything up there. We got the Calliope, Melf, and a Magnolia.
C was considered an OG and was a big dog amongst many other street guys who were rap hustling themselves.
The way I was raised, I came up raw. I was taught never trust or give a fuck about the law.
I remember my first time seeing C Murder come to the house. C Murder was a big artist, so I remember C Murder pulling up and was like, "Hey, your brother home?" So I was like, "Oh my God, it's C Murder." So I'm running up the stairs and fell down the stairs. Rolled down the stairs, but got back up quick.
Magnolia bounce, Soldier Slim to the bone. It don't stop. Who's the realest? Me and my dog Cedar. You understand what I'm saying? No limit. We's the realest. You understand what I'm saying? I don't give a what. I'm Dub Dozy. You understand what I'm saying? All the running board, alloys. You understand? I don't fuck with that Chrome shit. You understand? Chrome getting played out. Too many niggas like Chrome. You feel me?
Me and my Soldier Slim, you heard me? We be chilling every day. This ain't no act. You know, we kick it like this for real. So when we make moves together.
C was proving success on his own, and with his business in order, he couldn't lose. But the reality of that gangster essence was so present in his movement to the point of no return.
Sometimes the people you hang around, they happen to be the people that are responsible, but you in that atmosphere, and sometimes you gotta, when you start getting to a certain level, like the level that you definitely at, you gotta start moving in different places. You can't go to some of the same place and do the same things that you once did.
Corey Miller, just like his brother Percy, was a powerful businessman, but perhaps made some wrong business choices. He made a lot of money with the name C Murder, but he also drew a lot of negative attention.
C Murder, infamous for his stark rhymes of violence and killing.
This is a man who's living his name, C Murder. He's living his lyrics.
Prosecutors say the stage name fits like a bloody glove.
To have my name used against me since I've been arrested, you know, it hurt, you heard me, because it's like I'm guilty for I'm innocent.
In September 2003, C Murder was convicted of the 2002 fatal shooting of a 16-year-old fan. He was indicted of the charges that same year. However, the judge granted a new trial due to particular information that was misheard on 3 witnesses. C Murder was placed on house arrest until his trial date. In 2008, a new judge was elected and immediately had C Murder put back in jail until his trial.
I got a brother in prison. I'm here because I changed my mindset. And even he's in prison for a crime he didn't commit, but it's like the mindset.
On August 5th, 2009, the trial began and should have easily been in C Murder's favor, but the serious lack of evidence and someone coming forward as the shooter made it clear that he was innocent. But with the proper pressure on selected jurors and intimidated witnesses turned the trial upside down. In the end, C Murder was convicted of second-degree murder and sentenced to mandatory life.
I ran into C Murder, and man, C used to always talk. I used to always go pull up on him, go smoke with him and shit. You know, they had the food clubs up there too, so we used to always go eat, go play ball in the gym and shit, you hear me? C a regular with money, I'm gonna just put it like that. She feel like, I'm in this bitch with you, you don't gotta treat me like no celebrity and all that, cause I'm right here sleeping right next to you. You know what I'm saying? So all that snapping pictures of me, and you don't gotta do all that, man.
Corey is someone whom I was able to reminisce with, you know what I mean? We would talk about old times, keep each other's spirits up.
Did you ever share any street stories with you? We didn't talk a lot about shit. You know, like he told me about a fight he had with his manager. I think it was a manager of the security or something, you hear me? He was like, yeah, you know, man, the manager had a fight. I bit that on his shoulder, that still got my teeth marked. I'm like, yeah, them goals, huh? So yeah, I used to always be with them jokes and all that, but that's my son for real, you hear me? See.
Man, see, look out for everybody, man. You know, these dudes don't do it for the fame, you know. They don't like the spotlight. C Murder, Corey, man, good people. Me and Corey family. We first name business. I like calling guys by their first name. That shows respect for me, Jack.
First episode of Scary Khaki. Don't try this shit at home. Somebody could get killed.
You was like with C Murder as well, right? Yeah. So what was how did that come about? You guys were on the same tip?
Yeah, we were on the same tip for a while. He had transferred from Angola to Hunt.
But they always shipping C, man, because, I mean, C a good dude, man. Anything happens, somebody might lie on C.
C had wound up getting shipped to Hunts. You know, he had a lot of groupies and shit up there, so, you know, the people were feeling like C was just highly influenced, you hear me? Especially with them up there, so all type
you say what you mean?
Like females, you hear me? The guards, the guards up there, you know, everybody gonna be bringing shit, cigarettes and all that, so people felt like, you know, to prevent that, we gotta get them to from out here. I don't think C ever got caught with no shit like that, but, you know, used to be, you know, getting cigarettes, you know, cause C smoked them cigarettes, you hear me? They, you know, bring them bags of Joes and shit, and, you know, be telling on a man and all that, so by him being who he is, the people gonna automatic, yeah, he influencing the population.
Corey is 52 years old. He has 3 beautiful daughters that's awaiting his return to society. This is what we need on the streets. You know what I'm saying? We need these kind of people. We need these kind of characters, particularly guys with this kind of influence, you know?
C come home today or tomorrow. Who is he? When he hit the streets and...
You're talking about a grown man. You're talking about somebody in their 50s. You know what I mean?
Next 30 days he come home. How does the world change because he home? What happens because he home? Is it best for him to go like pull a Mac, right? I think it's cool to say pull a Mac and just be on the scene. I'm gonna be out the way.
Man, I mean, ain't gonna be able to be on the scene. It's gonna be too big. You feel me? It's gonna be too big. It ain't gonna be like that. Grandma done been on the scene. It's gonna be bigger than life.